Hello dear students, welcome back. So far we have gone through 3 lessons for coordinate geometry for AS levels. This is our 4th lesson. So let us start our 4th lesson. Dear student, before starting today's lesson, which is basically miscellaneous solution of miscellaneous questions, part 3, let us have a short review of what we have studied so far. In the first lesson, we learned about the gradient of a straight line and also its formula. What is the formula used to find the gradient? We also discussed the relationship of between the gradients of two parallel and perpendicular lines. And we also discussed the method of checking the collinearity of 3 points. This was our lesson number 1. In lesson number 2, we discussed the formula for finding distance between 2 points and midpoint of 2 points and solved some miscellaneous question. This was our lesson number 3. In lesson number 3, we discussed 4 different forms of equation of a straight line: gradient intercept form, gradient point form, 2-point form, and general form of equation of a straight line. And we also solved some miscellaneous question. Today's lesson will cover some more miscellaneous questions. Before going to the past year exam based questions, we are going to solve some miscellaneous question which will keep us in line. Question number 1 for today's lesson. We are required to find equation of a line which is parallel to this line, and passes through this point. Note that this is the given line and its gradient is 3. As you know that in gradient intercept form, the coefficient of x is the gradient. So gradient is 3 for the given line, which is also the gradient for the line which is parallel to this line. So this will be the gradient. And what is the given point? Given point is 1, 7. 1, 7 is given point. So we are given a point and gradient, and we have to find the equation y minus y1. I am using gradient point form. Y1 is equal to m gradient into x minus x1. I can simplify it further to write y is equal to 3x plus 4. This is the answer to first part. Now we come to the second part. We have to form equation of a straight line which is perpendicular to this line. Perpendicular to this line. What is the gradient of given line? Gradient is 2. So what will be the gradient of any line perpendicular to this? It will be negative reciprocal of 2, which is minus 1 by 2. Again, point given is 6, 1. So what we will do? We will form the equation y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. You can simplify it to 2y minus 2 is equal to minus x plus 3. You can further simplify it to x plus 2y. X will come to this side, x plus 2y is equal to this minus 2 will move to that side. So this is the answer to the second part of the question. Next question, we have to find equation of a line, equation of perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining these 2 points. Is first part. Perpendicular bisector. It means that line passes through the midpoint of these two. So midpoint of AB for the part 1, what will be the formula for midpoint? What will be the method to find the midpoint? x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, and upon simplification it will give me 1, 4. So this is the midpoint. And what is the gradient of the given 2 points? Gradient will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 minus 3 minus 5. This will be 4 over minus 8 minus 1 by 2. This is the gradient of line joining these 2 points. So what will be the gradient of perpendicular bisector? Its negative reciprocal, which will be 2. So this is the gradient, this is the point, and we will form the equation y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Y minus 4 is equal to m into x minus 1. You can simplify it to slope gradient intercept form. Okay, what is the second part? Second part you will solve by yourself. Again, you will calculate the gradient of these two and midpoint. Midpoint will be used for the equation, and gradient will be used to find the gradient of perpendicular bisector, like we did in part 1. So we are moving to our next question. This is question number 3 for today. A point P is given, a point Q is given. Okay. A line L is drawn through P and perpendicular to PQ, and it meets the y-axis at point R. Let me have a rough sketch. Okay. It will be helpful. First point is minus 4, 2. It will be somewhere over here, minus 4, 2. I'm just putting a rough sketch. Second point is 5 minus 4, x5, y minus 4, it will be somewhere like here. So, this is point P, this is point Q, and this will be a line segment PQ. Okay. We have to, we are told that a line L is drawn through P, through this point, and perpendicular to this, like this. And it meets y-axis at point R. In the first part, we have to find the equation of this line L. This line L. In the second part, we have to find the coordinates of R. And then we have to find the area of triangle PQR. This area. PQR. This angle is 90. Okay. First of all, for the equation of L, we can find the equation by using gradient intercept form. Intercept is not given for L. We can find the equation by gradient point form. Okay, gradient can be calculated. What is gradient of PQ? Gradient of PQ. With the help of these 2 points, I will find minus 4 minus 2 over y2 minus y1. This will be minus 6 by 9 upon simplification minus 2 by 3. This is gradient of PQ. So what will be the gradient of L? L is perpendicular to PQ, so its gradient will be 3 by 2. And L line passes through the point what? Minus 2, 4, point P, minus 4, 2. So we will find its equation y minus gradient point form y minus y1 is equal to x into x minus x1. This will make it positive. 2y minus 4 is equal to 3x plus 12. 2y minus 3x is equal to 16. This is the answer to the first part. We were asked to find the equation of line L. Find the coordinates of point R. Okay, R is the point where graph intersects or line intersects y-axis, and at y-axis x must be equal to 0. Agreed? So for x is equal to 0, y is equal to 16. So The coordinates of this point are 0, 16. Now, dear student, this is 0, 16, this is minus 4, 2, and this is 5 minus 4. We are required to find area of triangle PQR. This is the base of the triangle and this is the height of the triangle. Area is equal to base multiplied by height divided by 2. What is the length of base? Distance of PQ. Base basically is equal to PQ distance. And PQ distance we can form with the help of two-point distance formula. X1 minus x2 square, y1 minus y2 square. This will be minus 4 minus 5 square plus, and what is y1 2 and y2 minus 4. This will be 2 plus 4 square and its square root. This will be 81 plus 36 square root and 117 square root. This is base. Now, what is the height? Of the height is distance between P and Q, minus 4, 2 and 0, 16. So, height will be x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square and its square root. This will be 16 plus 2 minus 16 will be minus 14 and minus 14 square is 196 square root. This will be 212 square root. I hope this is clear. Now, dear student, what will be the area? Area will be base multiplied by height divided by 2. You just need to simplify it because 4 can be taken out and that will be cancelled with this. I hope this is clear. Students, now we are going to solve another question. Line L has equation 3x minus 2y is equal to 12. Line L2 has equation y is equal to 15 minus 2x. And L1 and L2 are intersecting at the point A and we have to find the coordinates of A. It's very simple. How do we find coordinates of point of intersection of any two given lines? We simultaneously solve the equation. First equation is 3x minus 2y is equal to 12. Second equation is 2x plus y is equal to 15. I will multiply this equation by 2. 4x plus 2y is equal to 30 and I will add this equation to this. By doing so, y will be cancelled out and 7x will be 42. It means x is equal to 6. For x is equal to 6, I will put the value of x 6 in the first equation and I will simply get y. Y is equal to 3. So, coordinates of A are, what are coordinates of A? X coordinate is 6 and y coordinate is 3. What next? We have to find equation of line L through A that is perpendicular to line L1. We have to find equation of line L through A through this point A, which is perpendicular to L1. L1 is this line. Okay, what is the gradient of L1? Okay, L1 is basically 3x minus 2y is equal to 12. I can write 2y is equal to 3x minus 12, and I can write y is equal to 3 by 2x minus 6. So this is the gradient, 3 by 2. So what will be the gradient of the perpendicular? It's negative reciprocal. And what is the point? Point is 6, 3. So we will use the gradient point form to find the required equation. Y minus y1 is equal to minus 2 over 3 into x minus x1. 3y minus 9 is equal to minus 2x plus 12. 2x plus 3y is equal to 21. I hope this is clear. So our today's next question number 5. Coordinates of triangle ABC are, three vertices of the triangle are given, and P is the foot of perpendicular from B to AC. Find the equation of line BP. I think I should draw rough sketch over here. First point is minus 7, 3, x minus 7, y3, let it be over here, minus 7 and 3. This is A. Second point is 3 minus 7, x3, y minus 7. It will be somewhere like here, 3 minus 7. And third point is 8, 8. 8, 8 will be somewhere like here. So this is the triangle ABC. A, B, and C. Just a rough sketch. Okay. P is the foot of perpendicular B from B to AC. From B, we are drawing a perpendicular line to AC, and it meets AC at P. Okay. Find the equation of line BP. Okay. What is gradient of AC? Gradient of ACC is 8, 8. Okay. Why I am calculating the gradient of AC? Because this line, PB line, is perpendicular to AC. So if I know the gradient of AC, I can find its gradient. So I am calculating the gradient of AC, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 5 by 15, 1 by 3. So what is gradient of PB, which we are going to use for equation? PB is perpendicular to this, so its gradient will be minus 3. And PB passes through the point 3 minus 7. So I am finding the equation of PB by gradient point form. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Y plus 3x is equal to 2. We have to find equation of line BP, which we did. Find the coordinates of P. Now this is the equation of PB. What is the P? P is the intersection of this line and this line. We have find the equation of this line. We need to find the equation of this line so that we simultaneously solve those two equations to find the coordinates of P. Okay. This is the equation of perpendicular bisector, right? And also AC passes through A and C. This is A and this is C. A is minus 7, 3. Minus 7, 3 and C is 8, 8. I am finding the equation of AC by two-point form. Y minus Y1 is equal to Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1 into X minus X1. Y minus 3 is equal to this will be 5 by 15, which will be 1 by 3 into x plus 7. I am simplifying it. 3y minus 9 is equal to x plus 7, or x minus 3y is equal to minus 16. This is equation number 2. This is equation of AC and this is equation of PB. P is the point where AC and PB intersect. So how will I find P? I will simultaneously solve these two equations. For that, I need to eliminate y. I will multiply this equation by 3. 9x plus 3y is equal to 6, and add it in equation 2. X minus 3y is equal to minus 16. By doing so, 10x is equal to minus 10. X will be minus 1. For x is equal to minus 1, minus 1 minus 3y is equal to minus 16. Minus 3y is equal to minus 15, and y will be equal to 5. So dear student, coordinates of P are minus 1, 5. The third part is very simple. We have to find the length of AC and PB. Okay, what is the length of AC? Distance between A and C. 8 minus 3 square plus 8 plus 7 square and its square root. 8 minus 3 is 5, its square is 25, 8 plus 7 is 15, its square will be, what is square of 15? 15 square is 225, so this is equal to 250 square, 5 square root 10. This is AC distance, length. What will be length of PB? P is the point we just calculated. X was minus 1 and y was 5. So P is the point minus 1, 5 and B is 3 minus 7. So what is distance length of PB? P is basically minus 1, 5 and B is 3 minus 7. So this length will be x1 minus 1 minus y1 square plus x2 minus y2 square and square root. This will be 16 plus 144 square root 160 square root. This will be 4 square root 10. I hope this is clear. So this was a good question. Dear student, now we move to our question number 6. I think it is second last question for today's lesson. The diagram shows a triangle ABC in which A, B are given, C is not given. C we have to find. Gradient of AB, AC and BC are 2m, minus 2m and m, where m is positive constant. Find the gradient of AB. Simple. AB gradient of AB. What are the coordinates of A? Coordinates of A are 3 minus 2 and coordinates of B are 15, 22. Using these two coordinates, we will find the gradient y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This will be 24 over 12, which will be 2. So gradient of AB is 2. And deduce the value of m. So in the question we are given that gradient of AB is 2m. So we will write 2m is equal to 2, which implies m is equal to 1. So part 1 is complete. In part 2 we are required to find the coordinates of C. Dear student, let C has coordinate xy. So we need to find x and y. And in mathematics, if you need to find two unknown, you need two equations on those two unknowns. So first we found that m is equal to 1. What is gradient of AC? Minus 2m. That is minus 2. Gradient of AC is minus 2. And what is the gradient of BC? M, which is 1. So gradient of BC is 1 and gradient of AC is minus 2. Right? We will use these two information to find two equations. Gradient of AC minus 2 and gradient of BC is equal to 1. Right? Coordinates of A are 3 minus 2. I will write A is 3 minus 2 and B is 1522. B is 1522. By using these information, what is gradient of AC? AC. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1 is equal to minus 2. Similarly, what is gradient of BC? Gradient of BC is B and C. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1 is equal to 1. From here, y plus 2 is equal to minus 2x plus 6. 2x plus y is equal to 4. I got one equation. From here, y minus 22 is equal to y minus 22 is equal to x minus 15. X minus y is equal to minus 7. This is equation number 2. So I will add 1 and 2. 2x plus y is equal to 4. X minus y is equal to minus 7. By adding these two, 3x is equal to minus 3. X is equal to minus 1. By putting x is equal to minus 1 in equation 1, minus 2 plus y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 6. So what are coordinates of C? Minus 1. X minus 1, y 6. Coordinates of C are so this was the second part of this question. Next part, he says that perpendicular bisector of AB, it's perpendicular bisector. Bisector passes through midpoint, it is perpendicular to AB. It meets BC at D. This is the point D. We have to find its coordinates. D is the intersection of BC and perpendicular bisector of AB. So for that we will have to find the equation of this line and BC. First of all, I will find the equation of BC. BC coordinates of C are given minus 1, 8 and coordinate of B are 15, 22. Okay. Let me check. Yes, 15, 22. So we will form the equation of BC. We can find use two-point form. We can use gradient point form. Gradient can be calculated and then put into gradient point form. I am using the two-point form. Y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Y minus 6 is equal to 1 into x plus 1, or I can write x minus y is equal to minus 7. This is equation of BC. What is gradient of AB? We calculated the gradient of AB over here in the first part, which was 2. So gradient of AB was 2. So I will simply, from here I will calculate the gradient of perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular means that is perpendicular to AB. It will be minus 1 by 2. Midpoint of AB, this is A, 3 minus 2, B is 1522. A is 15 minus 2. Not 15 minus 2, A was 3 minus 2. So A is 3 minus 2 and B is 1522. I am calculating the midpoint. 15 plus 3, 18 over 2, 9, and 21 and minus 2 will be added to 20 divided by 2, 10. So this is midpoint and this is the gradient of perpendicular bisector. Equation of perpendicular bisector is given by y minus y1 is equal to, what is the gradient of this? Minus 1 by 2 into x minus x1. 2y minus 20 is equal to minus x plus 9. Okay, x plus 2y is equal to 11. 11. This is equation B. Dear student, so far in solving part 3, I have find the equation of AB, BC, and equation of the perpendicular bisector. These two lines meet at D and we had to find the coordinates of D. How do we find these coordinates? We will solve these two equations simultaneously. Dear student, this is all for today. We have solved some more miscellaneous questions to have a grip on coordinate geometry. In next lesson of coordinate geometry, we will solve past year exams questions. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe this channel and also share it with your friends. Stay tuned. Allah Hafiz.